For so many entrepreneurs, trying to get new customers, it just feels like a total gamble, right? You try a little of this, a little of that, and you just kind of hope for the best. But what if? What if there was a system, a way to turn that gamble into a predictable science?
I mean, are you just tired of pulling the lever on that lead generation slot machine, hoping for a jackpot that, let's be honest, rarely ever comes? This feeling of unpredictability, it's a huge roadblock for so many businesses. You know you have a great product, but the big question is always, how do you get it in front of the right people consistently? Well, investor and entrepreneur Alex Hormozi says he has the answer in his book 100M Leads. And his big argument is that lead generation is not a gamble at all. It's a science. So in this explainer, we're going to break down his entire playbook for creating a predictable, scalable system for growth. All right, let's dive right into the core of Hormozi's philosophy. It all starts with a simple but really powerful equation that's probably going to change how you think about attracting customers forever.
Okay, here it is. More stuff times better stuff equals more leads. Now, stuff is basically any free value you provide before you ever ask for a sale. We're talking content, tools, consultations, you name it. The more valuable stuff you put out there, and the better that stuff is at solving a real problem, well, the more leads you're going to get. It's really that simple. So where do you even start creating all this stuff? This is where Hormozi just simplifies the entire crazy world of advertising down to 4 foundational pillars. He argues that every single lead a business gets, every single one, comes from one of these 4 methods. And here they are, the core 4. You've got warm outreach, which is reaching out to people who already know you, cold outreach for complete strangers, creating valuable content that draws people in, and, of course, running paid ads. That's it. According to Hormozi, these are the only 4 ways to get a customer, period. Okay, now here's where the strategy gets really, really powerful. Hormozi shows you how to basically double the effectiveness of these core 4 methods with a concept he calls leverage. For each of those core 4 methods, you have 2 choices. You can either do it yourself, or you can get others to do it for you. And that is leverage. Think about it. Affiliates for your warm outreach, hiring employees for cold outreach, or bringing on agencies to run your ads. So when you combine the core 4 methods with these 2 types of leverage, you get this beautiful 4x2 grid. This reveals the 8 systematic advertising methods that are at the very heart of the book. Take a look here. You can do warm outreach yourself just by messaging your contacts. Or you can leverage others to do it for you through, say, an affiliate program. You can create content yourself. Or you can get other people to create and post it for you. This right here, this is the playbook for scaling your growth, for moving from just your personal effort to building leveraged systems. Now that we have the playbook, let's talk about the rules of the game. These are the underlying principles that make this entire system actually work. This is Hormozi's #1 cardinal rule. In a world that is just full of noise and constant sales pitches, the only way to earn attention and trust is to provide genuine value upfront. You've got to build up what he calls trust capital before you ever try to make a withdrawal by asking for a sale. And this idea brings us to a super critical distinction. An engaged lead is someone who knows, likes, and trusts you because you've already provided value to them. A raw contact, that's just a name on a list. And according to Hormozi, the biggest mistake businesses make is trying to sell to raw contacts. Your job is to turn them into engaged leads first. And focusing on engagement and value really, really pays off. Lifetime value is just the total profit you'll make from a customer over their entire relationship with you. Now check out this chart. Hormozi shows that keeping a customer just 10% longer has a bigger impact on their lifetime value than cutting your acquisition costs in half. The real money isn't just in getting new customers, it's in maximizing the relationships you already have. Okay, so what does this all look like in practice? Let's zoom in on a few of the high-impact tactics that Hormozi details in the book for putting these principles into action. For cold outreach, Hormozi gives us the 110-1 rule. This turns a really daunting task into simple math. Here's how it works. You contact 100 people to get about 10 responses, which will then book you 1 meeting. So for example, if you want 4 new meetings a week, you know you need to reach out to 400 prospects. Simple. When you know the numbers, you can just focus on the activity and let the results follow. So how do you make that cold outreach actually effective? You use the triple specificity rule. This means don't just send a generic blast. No, you research one specific person, You identify one specific pain point they have, and you offer one specific solution. This kind of hyper-personalization is what cuts through all the noise and actually gets a response.
Now, for all your messaging, emails, ads, whatever, Hormozi recommends using his PASO sequence. First, you identify the problem. Then you agitate it by highlighting the real consequences of not solving it. Next, you present your unique solution. And finally, you make an absolutely irresistible offer. This sequence guides your prospects, both logically and emotionally, straight to a yes. All right, let's see how all of this builds into a long-term growth strategy. Because according to Hormozi, every single business hits predictable growth plateaus. The key to breaking through these plateaus is what's called a value ladder. The psychology here is just brilliant. You're building trust with every single step. You guide customers on a journey from low-cost items, like a $7 ebook, all the way up to high-ticket offerings, like a $700 coaching program. By delivering massive value on that first small purchase, you earn the right to solve their next, bigger problem at a higher price point. This is how you dramatically increase their lifetime value. So how do you get more of these amazing, high-value customers? Referrals. But Hormozi's approach is a little different. He argues that the best referral programs don't actually pay commissions. Instead, they make the referrer a hero to their friends. They elevate their social status for introducing such a valuable resource. It's a total game changer. And this all comes together in his concept of lead plateaus. Hormozi noticed that businesses predictably stall out at certain revenue milestones, like $100,000, $1 million, and $10 million. And why? It's because they've completely maxed out their current lead source. The strategy that got you to one level simply will not get you to the next. And that's really the key takeaway here. What got you here won't get you there. To break through your current growth ceiling, you need to add a new lead source from Hormozi's playbook. So the question I'll leave you with is, which one will you choose?